Hey everybody, hunter, fisher, trapper, trader, guide, scout, and interpreter, and just a country cook, Steve Hall, here in Nashville, Tennessee, along with pretty Miss Sheila running that camera. Hi, Sheila.
Hi.
Today we're going to make a recipe that I absolutely positively guarantee you Sheila will not be eating because it's chicken gizzards and hearts. I'm going to grind them into a patty and make a fried chicken hamburger, but I'm going to use gizzards and heart meat. It's all chicken. What's the difference? People grind up the chicken breasts all the time and make the same kind of recipe, but I'm going to use chicken gizzards and hearts. When I go to the store, I buy these, what is it, Heritage Farm. I love Heritage Farm gizzards and hearts because they put a lot of hearts in there. So many times you buy these other brand, you get all gizzards and like 2 hearts. Now every chicken has a gizzard and a heart, so what do they do with the hearts? I want them in the package. And this Heritage Farm that I get at Kroger's does exactly that. Come on over, let's get started on this recipe. This is my recipe, nobody else on the internet has it, but I want to try it. Let's go. Now here's the best part, because not that many people eat chicken gizzards and hearts. They got the price the way I like it. $1.49 for 20 ounces, 1.25 pounds for $1.49. Now here's 2 packages right here. I'm going to put these back in the refrigerator. In fact, this cup, and these 2 equal 2 packages, just like we're going to put in the fridge. Let me take a second to pop them in the fridge. Be right back. Now with those in the fridge, I got to tell you, there is nothing I love more than grabbing a package at the store, bringing them home, throwing them in a frying pan with some butter, a little bit of oil, salt, pepper, onion powder, garlic powder, kind of sear them up, throw in an onion, some mushrooms, even a can of cream of mushroom soup, simmer them for a while, and man, they're great over toast or just eaten out of a bowl. I'll do that recipe coming up in the future. But let me explain one other thing. Remember I talked about that Heritage Farms? Look at how many chicken hearts were in just those 2 packages. That's why I buy that brand. Now what I have here is nice, already trimmed up. This is the gristle over here. This is what we're going to throw away. And these are all trimmed up, the little pockets of a gizzard. Now if you lay a chicken gizzard out, you'll see that it has meat, gristle, meat, gristle, meat. Now if you're going to cut this up, let me tell you one thing. Don't just go get a steak knife, because you'll be chasing these all over the cutting board. Here's what I did. You're probably going to have to find the sharpest knife that you can find in the kitchen. And I use, what is this called? Outdoor Edge. This has got like 5 blades in there that you can replace. And I've never replaced a blade yet. And I've already cut up like 2 deer with it. That blade pops right in here, and it's like a razor. So when I want to cut this up, you don't have to chase it around the board. It cuts nice. Now here's a tip. When you bring it down here, tilt the blade slightly away from your finger. Don't cut straight down, because it'll want to slide over towards you. Put it here, tilt it slightly away, and look how it just cuts that little piece of good meat out of that gizzard. I'm going to turn it around. It's kind of hard to work with gloves here. And I'm going to go right next to that meat again, turn it towards the meat, so even if it slips, it don't cut me. And there's that gristle. We don't want that. Let me turn it around again, turn it towards the meat, cut, and look at this. These are the parts that are going in the grinder. That's right, I'm going to grind it up. And I'm going to get this last little piece of meat out of here, tilt it away. And I like this, whoops. Can't get a hold of it with my gloves. I love this Outdoor Edge knife because it will cut this stuff up so nice. Again, tilt it away. See that? I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of these. Like that right there. And this meat is going in here, and the gristle's going over there. See you in a second. All right, we're all done. Here's all the gristle in between the chunks of meat in a gizzard. All them chunks of gizzards are in here. The hearts you don't have to do anything to. I just had them separated because I wanted to show you how many hearts those guys give you in that company. This is going in the grinder. Let's get started. Now that I got everything cut up, I forgot to mention this Outdoor Edge knife. That blade, if you push the button right here, that blade comes out and you can interchange it. You'll never sharpen a knife again for wild game if you'll buy one of these. And that just drops right back in that little slot. You slide it up till it stops, push the button, locks in place. Also makes it nice for cleaning. But I love that. Now, I trimmed all those gizzards up early so you wouldn't have to watch that. But I saved the grinding part because I knew you guys would want to watch that. So we're going to start plunking chicken hearts and gizzards in my little grinder here. One thing that I thought about, I was at the store one day and I seen these gizzards and hearts laying in a package, wanting to take them home and cook them up like I normally do, and I thought, what if I took them and run them through my grinder just like they do chicken breasts, cut all the gristle out, and make patties, and then it would still have that rich and delicious flavor of gizzards and hearts that I absolutely love. See, nobody needs to know what goes in the grinder here. It could be chicken breasts, it could be thighs, it could be leg meat, or it could be chicken gizzards and hearts. Because I want to try a burger seasoned up real good. Let me turn my grinder up a little bit. There we go. Seasoned up chicken, because chicken is chicken. Like my Uncle Bob used to say about a pig. He said you can use everything but the oink. He said they use the hide to make footballs. He said you can use pickled pig's feet, pickled pork hocks, head cheese out of the head. You can use the intestines to make sausage, hams out of the hind quarters. He just sit there and he'd run down all the different food you can get out of a pig. He says you can use everything but the oink on a pig. So, well, all right. With them two packages, we did lose about a cup of gristle, but that's okay, because there we go. Just turn that baby up there. I thought maybe it would cut better slow, but I'm going to go ahead and turn it up to setting number 3. That's cutting really nice. I learned something. Turn it on 3 when you're doing chicken gizzards and hearts. And look at that wonderful meat down there. Nobody needs to know if a chunk fell on the table or what it is we're grinding up here. You know, and once I got that prepped with all the tendons and stuff cut out of there, I got thinking, with that gristle all cut out of there, I'm going to do that next time I fry them in the frying pan and make my other recipe. All right, we're done. Because now I won't have any gristle in that either. So, all right, there we go. Let me move my little KitchenAid grinder back out of the way. Now in this meat, I'm going to put in 1 teaspoon of herbs. And these herbs are this kind of like every kind. It's got basil, it's got thyme, it's got all kinds of stuff. I just use one that already has all those mixtures because I like it like that. For easy recipes, I don't have to decide what I want to put in there. In fact, I might make that a heaping teaspoon. You put in how much you want. Then I also got a teaspoon of poultry seasoning. And that's just some cheap stuff I bought at the value store for $1. And now we're going to also put in 1 egg, beaten, I know, because Sheila beat it up. And I'm going to kind of mix this first, get that egg in there. Now see, this could be just chicken breast. Nobody needs to know, but I want to see what it tastes like, because I love gizzards and hearts. And I thought that rich flavor made into a hamburger has got to be incredible. I got 1 cup of breadcrumbs here. I'm going to start out with about 1/2 cup and see if that's enough to get a texture that I want. Looking better. With them 2 packages, I might go with the whole cup. 1 cup of breadcrumbs I think is going to be just about perfect. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to put it in the refrigerator and let all them flavors go together for a few hours. No, I'm not. I'm just telling you that because that's what I would normally do if I didn't have the camera running. What I'm going to do as soon as I turn this camera off is I'm going to get my frying pan out here and I'm going to make me some burgers and I'm going to fry them up and we'll see you in just a second. All right, just a little bit of cooking oil in my cast iron frying pan. And by the way, it's running. I don't know if you can hear that, but listen. Hear that little beep? It turned off because it only runs when this is on here. This is a Precision New Wave 2, and it's an induction cooktop. It's one of those kind that will only run if it's a magnetic type of pot or pan. In other words, aluminum ones don't work on here. But I had a few people ask me what that is, what brand this is, and it's New Wave 2. If you look those up, you'll see them on either eBay or Amazon. I think they're about 69 bucks or something like that. And we're getting ready to put in 2 delicious chicken burgers. Now here's the thing is, all this meat is made with gizzards and hearts. The rest of it's in the refrigerator right now. And come on over and let's get started on these. All right, let's get these babies in here. It's going to be just big enough. I could have brought my bigger frying pan in here. It's going to be just big enough to scoot these 2, and they'll shrink a little bit when they cook. And we're going to cook these up really good because remember we started with raw chicken. So we want the internal temperature to be 165. And I've never been able to really stick a probe in a little teeny thin hamburger and try to figure it out. So I just cook it until it's really, really, really super golden brown. And if that isn't good enough for you, you can also brown them up and get them really done. Put them on a platter and put them in the oven and cook them, bake them at 350 degrees for about 15-20 minutes. Then you'll know that they're done all the way through. So let me get these browned up. All right, I think these are about ready to turn here. Oh man, would you look at that? How nice they stay together. Goodness gracious. Now this recipe is not for everybody. I know everybody out there is not going to run to the store and buy chicken gizzards and hearts and grind them up after they trim out the gristle and form them into patties, but I am, because I just want to taste what that chicken gizzards and heart tastes like. Now I started this on high, and I'm going to turn this down to medium. And I'm going to let it cook for a long time on medium. I might turn it 2 or 3 times so I'll make sure it's done all the way through. And there's one other thing I want to mention. That poultry seasoning that I put in there, that teaspoon, also had about 1/8 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper, just to kind of give it a little bit of a kick, just a pinch, maybe about 1/8 of a teaspoon in there, and I mix it in. I forgot to mention it when I added the seasoning to the raw meat, but it's in there. So you can put in what you want or you can leave it completely out, but I forget to mention a few of those ingredients from time to time. That's why I always put them all in the description box below. We'll be back when these are almost done. Alright, I kicked these up to high, and I've turned them 2 or 3 times. Let me turn them one more time. Yes. Nice and dark, dark brown on the back side. And it's time for some pepper jack cheese on here. Fantastic. Let me cook this for just a little bit, get this melting, and then we're going to plate this up. Look at that pepper jack cheese melting all over our chicken gizzard and heart burgers. Oh man. Let me see if I can move this little induction cooktop over to one side. Now we're going to take a little bit of mayonnaise and a little bit of Cheyenne sauce in there. Mix it together. About 2 tablespoons of mayonnaise, I guess, and about a teaspoon. And that's up to you. You can turn that up a wick if you want. Look how nice that looks. That's the same kind of stuff they use at the sushi bar and some of that spicy tuna rolls. We're just going to paste that with some delicious mayonnaise, Cheyenne sauce to spice up our little chicken gizzard and heart burgers. Man, what do you think, Sheila? I guarantee you. Now, see, if she would have been eating one of these, the buns would have been grilled. But I didn't have to grill them because I knew that she would not, under any circumstances, eat a chicken gizzard and heart ground up hamburger.
Exactly.
But I am going to because I love this look. Let's give it a try. Wow, chicken gizzards and hearts. The hearts were already perfect. The gizzards, we trimmed out the gristle, ground them up in our little KitchenAid grinder, threw in some poultry seasoning, a little bit of them herbs and spices, just a little teeny bit of cayenne pepper, made us our little mayonnaise Shiraka sauce, put on some pepper jack cheese and grilled them or fried them. You can do either one until they're done all the way through. And the only thing missing is for me to taste test something that is nowhere else on the internet. I looked everywhere. You cannot find chicken gizzards and hearts burgers. But I'm standing there at Kroger's and I'm looking at those and I'm thinking, I love to take them home, cook them all up and do the cream and mushroom soup thing and all that. Now I'm going to trim the gristle out in the future, but I got to try one just to see what that flavor is. My gizzard and heart loving buddies out there, make one of these with the pepper jack cheese and the cayenne pepper and all the other seasoning. They fry up fantastic with that mayonnaise Shiraka on there. Oh, that is a delicious burger. It's not for everybody, so just move on to our next recipe if you want regular food. But I got to tell you, this is fantastic. I hope you subscribe to our channel. A little Shotgun Red's face will pop up over here in just a little bit. When it does, click on it. Next to subscribe, click on that bell, and then answer yes, I want to be notified when they come out with everything. And then you'll be able to see all of our recipes. Over here on this side, we're going to put another recipe up there that we really hope you enjoy. And I ain't kidding. These are. You know the best part? I got a bowl of that meat in the refrigerator with all the seasoning in it. I'm going to vacuum pack it and freeze it after I make burgers out of it. Oh, then they'll be ready to pop on the grill as soon as it warms up in Nashville, Tennessee. This is Steve Hall saying, is this the absolute best chicken gizzard and heart burger you ever ate? Probably the only one, but if it ain't, it ought to be. We'll see you next time right here on Cooking with Shotgun Red. Sheila, I know you just love this recipe.
You know I do.
I'll save this one for you. Yeah, right. And we'll see you next time right here. Great job, Sheila.
Thank you.
Say goodnight, Sheila.
Good night, Sheila.
Oh, man. I'm glad this video is getting turned off because I got to eat this burger. Oh, wow.